Okay. Okay. Good morning, students. Today we are going to take up the last lecture in this course. That is lecture number 20, sense organs. Okay. So these sense organs are closely associated with the nervous system. So these are the organs which plays an important role in communicating the external stimulus to the nervous system. So this is also very important lecture. Okay. Now in this particular lecture, we are going to discuss about what are sense organs. Okay, and different types of sense organs. So because in the last lecture we discussed about the presence of different senses in insects. So to carry out all those sensory functions, insects comprises of different sense organs. So we will see what are those different sense organs that are present in insects, and then we will discuss about the important sense organs like the visual organs. So wherein we will discuss about the compound eyes, structure and function of compound eyes, then structure and function of simple eyes, and then we will also finally discuss about the auditory organs. Okay, so these things we are going to discuss. Now what are sense organs? So these sense organs are distributed all over the insect body on different parts of the insect, and these are the organs which respond to the given stimulus. The stimulus may be the light, or it may be the sound, or it may be touch, or it may be smell, or it may be chemicals. So these organs respond to a given stimulus, and uh, it forms uh, or it is associated with the nervous system and gives the impulses. Okay. Yeah, this is the list of various sense organs that are present in insects. The first sense organ is visual organs, auditory organs, chemoreceptors, tactile receptors, and gustatory receptors. Now, very simple, visual organs are the organs which respond to the light, and these are also known as the photoreceptors. And auditory organs are related to hearing. Chemoreceptors, these are the receptors which respond to the chemicals. Tactile receptors respond to the touch, and gustatory receptors are the sensory structures which respond to the taste. So these are the different 5 types of sensory organs that are present in insects. So out of all these organs, we will discuss now about the visual organs and the auditory organs. Okay. Now coming to the visual organs, these are also known as the photoreceptors. Now these visual organs are of 2 types. One is the compound eyes and second one is simple eyes. Now the coming slide we will discuss about what are compound eyes, what is the structure and what is the function of compound eyes, and also we will also discuss about the simple eyes. Now compound eyes, these are the organs possessing the ability to perceive the light energy. So compound eyes, they receive uh, the light energy, and it is closely associated with the nervous system wherein it produces the image. Okay. Now these compound eyes are this is very important. Okay. So compound eyes are completely absent in the class Insecta, that is the order is Protura. So in the order Protura, the compound eyes are completely absent. And there are some insects wherein the compound eyes are reduced. So these reduced compound eyes are present in case of endoparasitic Hymenoptera, Siphonoculata, Siphonoptera, and female coccids. So this is very important for your exam. And the compound eyes are located on either side of the head. So this is very, very important. So compound eyes are present on either side of the head, and these compound eyes are the major visual organs which are present mostly in the adult insects and also in the nymphs of Exopterygota. Okay, so in case of Endopterygota, uh, that is in case of Endopterygota larva, different types of visual organs are present. So compound eyes are mostly they are seen in case of uh, adult insects as well as in the young ones of the Exopterygota. So this is also very, very important. Now coming to this is very important structural unit of the compound eye. So here we will discuss about what is Ommatidia. Now the number of Ommatidia, the shape of the compound eyes. Okay. Then coming to the Ommatidia, what is Ommatidia is very, very important. So the compound eyes consist of several individual structural and functional units or facets. So these structural and functional units of a compound eye is known as Ommatidia. So Ommatidia are the internal structural units of a compound eye. This is very, very important. Now coming to the number of Ommatidia, this number of Ommatidia varies between the insects. And for example, in case of this insect, workers of this particular ant, only one Ommatidia is seen in compound eye. Now, whereas in case of dragonflies, the number of Ommatidia are 10,000. So, large number of Ommatidia are present in the case of the dragonflies. Now, coming to the shape of the compound eyes, the compound eyes may be hexagonal or it may be circular. Now, if the number of Ommatidia are more and if these Ommatidia are closely packed, it leads to hexagonal shape. And if the Ommatidia are less in number and if they are loosely packed, it gives the circular shape. Okay. Then coming to the structure of the Ommatidia, so this is very, very important for your examination also. The structure of Ommatidia we will of course in detail we will discuss in the coming slides. So basically the Ommatidia consists of two important parts. Okay, the first part is known as the diaptic apparatus and second one is known as the receptor apparatus. So these two parts you will be seeing in the next image. So what is diaptic apparatus? Diaptic apparatus is nothing but it is a simple lens. Okay, it acts as a lens. So this is the part which actually receives the light energy, light source, and whereas the receptor apparatus are is the structure which actually forms the image. Okay, so image is formed by the receptor apparatus and light is perceived by the diaptic apparatus. So now let us see in detail the structure of the Ommatidia. Yeah, this is the Ommatidia or the structure of the compound eye. So as I said just now, Ommatidia is a structural unit. Okay. Now let us see the structure of Ommatidia or the compound eye. So basically, the Ommatidia is divided into two parts. Okay, two regions. So this region is known as the diaptic apparatus, and the lower part is known as the receptor apparatus. Now this particular region it acts as a lens, and this part actually forms the image. Okay. Now coming to the diaptic apparatus, the first structure which you can see is known as the lens or the cornea. So this is the first part. Now here you can see the cornea or the lens. Now these lenses are biconvex in shape and they receive the light. And second part is the presence of corneal cells. These are the corneal cells which are positioned just below the cornea or the lens. And these cells they secrete the actual cornea. So cornea is secreted by the corneal cells which are present just below the cornea. And third part is the crystalline cones. Now these crystalline cones are 4 in number and these are located just below the corneal cells and the cornea. Okay. So the third structure is the crystalline cone. Next, fourth structure is the presence of certain pigments will be there. Pigment cells are present, and these pigment cells are known as iris pigment cells, which are present besides the crystalline cone. Okay, so these are the iris pigment cells, and generally these are two in number, and these are also known as the primary pigment cells. So this is all about the diaptic apparatus. Now coming to the receptor apparatus. Now this receptor apparatus also consists of different structures. The first one is known as the retinular cells. Now these are the retinular cells, and these cells are generally 8 in number. So these retinular cells are combined together, and it forms a central part which is known as the rhabdome. So this rhabdome is formed by the union of all the 8 retinular cells, and this rhabdome consists of a light receiving pigment which is known as the rhodopsin. So this is very, very important. This pigment is it receives the light. Okay. Then third structure is the presence of secondary pigment cells, which are also known as retinal pigment cells. So which are present just just besides the retinular cells, or just beside the rhabdome. And all these crystalline cone cells, okay, they are extended forward, and it finally ends with the nerve fibers. Okay, these are the nerve fibers, and these nerve fibers are again associated with the central nervous system. So wherein it is associated with the brain, and from the brain it receives the impulses. Okay, this is in brief about the structure of the ommatidia. So basically ommatidia consists of diaptic apparatus, receptor apparatus. So this acts as a lens, and this part forms the images, and diaptic apparatus consists of different parts like a lens, Carnesian cells, crystalline cone, iris pigments, and receptor apparatus consists of retinular cells, rhabdome, and secondary iris pigments. And of course here you can see at the end nerve fibers are there, which are associated with the brain. Okay. Now based upon the images formed, type of images formed, the eyes or compound eyes are divided into two types. So one is known as apposition eyes, and second one is known as the superposition eyes. So these differences between these two types of eyes is very, very important for the exam. Now what are apposition eyes and what are superposition eyes? So apposition eyes are generally seen in case of diurnal insects. Okay, so insects which are active during daytime, and these are present in the nocturnal insects as well as in the crepuscular. Crepuscular means those which are active during dusk time. Okay, and second most important difference between these two eyes is, in apposition eyes the image formed on the rhabdome is on the rhabdome of the same ommatidia, because you can see in the compound eyes you can see number of ommatidia. Now in case of apposition eyes, whatever image that is formed, it belongs to the same ommatidium. Now here in case of superposition eyes, the images formed are not only from the same rhabdome but also from the other ommatidia also. So that is a major difference between the apposition eyes and superposition. Third one is the ommatidia are separated here, one from the other one. Here the pigment cells surrounding ommatidia do not allow light to pass from neighboring ommatidia. Okay. Now because the ommatidia are separated from each other because of the presence of these pigment cells. Now here these pigment cells are absent, so that the light can